Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Welcome into Kentucky Fried Dice. It seems that we had everyone survived our spooky role-playing game last night, which is super cool. No actual deaths, just a couple of characters that died. You know, to an old woman with a knife and to a clown. If you missed it, the VOD will be up on YouTube probably at some point, but it's still on Twitch, so you can check that out if you are so inclined. It did feature the amazing Burger Bun and our friend Basic Witch. So check that out if you'd like. Hello, everyone in chat. Hello, Smatt Demas. Hello, Jilly Pie. Hello, R.W. Evans. Hello, Celestial. If I missed anybody, I apologize. But hello, and you are awesome. Hi, Burger Bun. If I didn't say your name already, even though I think I did. What's up, y'all? Oh, thanks for the Hydrate Me handlebars. Appreciated. So as we usually to cover at the beginning of streams, you can probably see by the banner up above me, Givers and Gamers. It's live. It is live right now. You can register if you would like to register as a fundraiser. And if you don't want to register as a fundraiser, you can donate. If you want to donate to our campaign, that handy dandy QR code in the bottom left of your screen, left and right's hard sometimes. You can scan that with your enabled device. You can click the link that came in through chat, thanks to Jilly Pie. You can also donate to other streamers like Burger Bun, who is going to do some super cool things with her streams, including potentially a pinup calendar of the KFD&D characters and maybe an NPC or two. So if that's something you want to see, make sure you donate. All that money goes to support Ronald McDonald House Charities of the Bluegrass and their mission of keeping families close. And as we like to start all of our streams, I forgot to take my shot. Hang on just a second.
Oh, are we? Okay. I guess I'll take another drink.
Might as well.
Good live.
That's usually what we do before the stream starts. Just take a shot just to make the pain go away. Hey, Board Games Bourbon.
It makes Donald feel less guilty about trying to kill us.
I think I'm really benevolent. I don't
maybe
really.
You guys, maybe not me.
Yeah.
I feel bad about every player death. And I feel just as bad about character deaths too. We like to start all of our. I'm glad you caught that. Like to start.
Me a second, but I got it.
We like to start all of our streams with happy news, which we post in Discord. And today's happy news is out of Europe, like usual, because they do things differently. Germany is expected to legalize cannabis soon. I think both medicinally and recreationally. Just great news, keeps people out of prison for stupid things like possessing a plant. And, people are adults. If anything, drug use like that is not a criminal issue. It's a healthcare issue. And anyway, that's what I got. I'm not going to rant tonight because I don't have the spoons for it, as Celestial would say. So I think we're going to hop on into it. We have our recap from last week, just in case you missed it. Me, Handlebars, you handling that or was somebody else?
That's me. I just need to unmute myself first, right?
Yeah, it might help a little bit. All right.
Take some of the mystery out of it, though.
Oh, okay. I'll mute again. No? Okay. Sorry. That was a terrible joke. Last time, that was Season 2, Episode 16, 2 weeks ago. Chime had the realization that the party was about, as the party was about to go to bed, warned from the day's excursion, Scars knew about her family well enough to taunt her, and she knew that the only person she could ask about it was Mostep. After bringing the issue up with the party, Karm brought up the fact that both Scars and Mostep claimed to have found their gem keys in the ruins of the Temple of Piaget. The four concluded that they should all talk with Mostep together. So the party crept down the hall to Mostep's room, asked their questions. Mostep felt that Scars might have known about her family situation due to the party's heroism at Graystown. Once the party openly spit in the face of the government last time, sorry, wait a second. Once the party openly spit in the face of the government, the last time they were in Brownstone, he said that there was a spreading rumors, some of which originated from him, from Mostep. Mostep simply spread the truth about the party, that they are freedom fighters. I can talk, I promise. When asking Mostep about the gem keys, he asked the party to consider what he'd gained from lying about where he found his gem, and then informed them that he's not confirmed it, but he's been led to believe that Scars received his gem key from an agent of Dragonborn. Dragonbane. Sorry, Dragonborn is the race. Dragonbane is the person. And that is why Mostep would like to investigate whatever's behind that locked door. The group huddled and eventually came to the conclusion that Mostep should come with them when they leave in the morning. Next day, they headed out the city, making it about halfway to the door. The one night they spent out in the wilderness, Chime approached Ken and challenged him to a rematch. It was fun. The rest of the party watched as the two birds wrestled, a long and valiant match between the two playing out. In the end, Ken wins again, and Chime accidentally when Chime accidentally stepped out of the circle. After an early morning where Karn and Mostep got to know each other a bit better, they set back out, finally reaching the door. As they opened the door in a glorious show of lights and colors, found that the resulting room had multiple odds and ends. A book on a pedestal in the middle, among several other things. Ken and Karn read that Dunya put together a test where the party would have to face the 5 primordials to show that they were worthy of Dunya's gift. Of the 5 objects, the party decided to activate the sarcophagus with dense black smoke pouring out of it. Finally, a giant bolt of black lightning came down from the ceiling, obliterating the sarcophagus, and that is where we left off.
Awesome. Thank you so much for reading that, and thank you, Burger Bun, for writing it. I seem to be having some technical issues with music tonight, so you can bear with me. But luckily, we're only going to need a little bit of music, because as the sarcophagus, as the lightning bolt hits the sarcophagus, you're going to have you all roll initiative. Let me get some combat music going.
Oh, I'm shocked.
Is that a lightning bolt joke?
Wasn't intended to be, but I'll take it.
Best dad joke is the unintentional dad joke.
It's just second nature to me by now.
Yeah, it's as if you're a father or something.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing the initiative board. Anybody else not seeing it?
Click on your token.
Okay.
No, you mean the turn order?
Yeah, the turn order.
Oh, that.
I just pulled it up.
Oh, there it goes.
That's on me.
MBD.
Just having a couple of tiny issues tonight with.
Oh crap!
Oh shit.
Oh no! What are we upset about?
The size
What do you
of the
think,
giant
Donald?
Oh, that's just a little guy. He just wants to be your friend.
He's just a little guy. He just wants a little kiss.
Oh no!
Oh, just look at him.
He's your friend.
Nice. He's just one of those 12-foot skeletons from Home Depot. Come on.
All you can do is just look at him.
I'm gonna just push some people back there because he takes up a little bit of space. Sorry, I'm a little off with the just trying to get some music so we don't have as much silence. Oh no, please don't crash things. Please don't crash things. I was gonna open soundtrack by Twitch, so I don't have to deal with it anymore. And sometimes that doesn't work, and sometimes it does. Cool, I think it's gonna work. Sorry, y'all. This is the joys of streaming, that when I don't test things ahead of time.
We don't need no stinking music. Help me at him. I'll kill the skeleton.
Oh no!
Word diarrhea. It's fine. I'll stutter my way through all of our silences.
Dead air is awful.
Quick, vamp.
All right, what's going through every player character's head right now?
Oh shit!
I'm thinking I need to take a step back.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea. So
Sorry.
the lightning bolt shatters this sarcophagus into just thousands of pieces. Before it hits anyone, though, it quickly transforms to just some form of dust and doesn't do any damage to you. When the dust clears, in front of you is probably the biggest creature you've ever seen all of. The Kraken that you encountered is probably larger, but you only saw little bits of it. This is easily standing 16 feet tall. Just a massive specimen, wearing armor that's battle-worn, rusted in some places. It reaches down for a giant scimitar. Looks at all of you. Yes.
Ken holds his hand out to shake it.
Found it. Found it.
You all.
Come on, you're not going to roll for a handshake.
Okay, you can roll for a handshake.
No.
Mattress I thought you were gonna. Mattress I thought you were gonna say he's coming down for a big old kiss.
Oh, I didn't roll. Didn't roll Mosup's initiative. Oh, look at you, Mostep. Oh, sorry, that was Chime. I rolled Chime twice.
Huh?
It's the new icons. Sorry, it threw me off.
Oh.
In general, I'm a shit show tonight. I think we're learning that.
So what I'm hearing is all Kinkus look the same to you?
Oh,
Wow.
dude, he's
Wow, Donald.
Oh, dude.
Oh god, we have all kinds of stuff here. Sorry, I did not clear out before. Okay, Karn's at 14. Ken's at 19. I've got some duplicates on here. Oh, that's not gonna do. Okay. Yeah, this is not a well prepared DM night. All right.
It's
It's a non-prepared party night either. We're about to get slaughtered. That's okay.
Y'all are fine. It's fine. Okay. James is at 9. Ken is at 19. Chime is at 14. Let's see. Your big new friend is at 20. Mostep should be at 16. And Karn is at 14. Is anybody on there twice still? Yes.
I'm not
James.
on there at all.
Chime, I see you on there.
I don't see Chime. I don't see.
Yeah, I just see the skeleton, Mostep, myself, and James.
Same.
Oh.
We can roll if you like.
No, I can see Chime, so I can just let you know when it's Chime's turn.
Okay. Same with me. I can't see my turn either. So.
And I have you at 19. Oh, you're at 17.
Pick one.
Yeah, I'll just let y'all know. It's
All right, sounds good.
it's all good. Let's head over to the battle map, so chat can see what we're looking at here. So just this, it's massive. Skulls are adorning its armor, which is a heavy plate armor. It's a skeleton of what was once a giant warrior. Not like giant as in it's really big, like literally at one point this was a giant. The smoke has cleared, the dust has cleared, its scimitar is ready, and it is going to take some attacks. There are two of you like right kind of on its self. So Chime and James, you're each getting attacked once, and Chime, you're 1. James, you are 2. James, you're getting attacked twice with a scimitar. Chime, rolls a 24 to hit for 14 slashing.
Okay.
And then James, it takes 2 slashes at you. First is a critical 28 for 23 slashing. Second attack.
Oh my god.
What?
Bro!
I think these dice are broken tonight. The
My
second attack is for 20 slashing damage. And it holds its scimitar above its head and lets out a guttural roar. Ken, you're up.
Well, we're boned.
All right. So I'm taking a minute to think about what to do because this situation is rather dire and there's a lot of different choices I can make. I'm pretty sure if I make the wrong choice, it's lights out for us, and it's going to be hard to really figure out what the right course of action is.
Did we miss something in the book?
I'm just reading a spell right now. Okay. So, sorry, reading one more spell. I didn't get enough chance to. I'm going to put one hand on Chime and the other hand on Tim, and I'm going to cast every last bit of my ability as a paladin to transfer my life force energy to them, the one that I have, the prayer of healing, if you will. I'll read it to you.
I think that has a 10-minute cast time.
Sorry, not prayer of healing.
Okay.
Lay on hands.
Gotcha.
And so lay on hands. Your blessed touch can heal wounds. You have a pool of healing power that replenishes when you take a long rest. With that pool, you can restore a total number of hit points equal to your paladin's level, which is, what are we at, guys? 7. Times 5.
That is you can touch a creature.
Okay, one creature at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, damn. Okay. Man.
James has been hurt more.
All right. I will give life force to James. James, what HP are you at?
24. I'm basically at a third health.
Out of how many?
67. So basically about a third health.
Okay.
Can I? Am I seeing this happen?
Yeah, him like laying hands on you.
Yeah.
You can probably like feel his touch up against you at first.
If I know this is going on, what I'm thinking is I want to take his hand and put it on the skeleton instead.
I think tell you what, it's going to be a very difficult. It's going to be your reaction. You'll make a dexterity saving throw, but it's going to be a very high save.
Okay. What if I say, heal the skeleton instead?
You can do that as a free action really quick. If you would like.
Okay. Never, won't that hurt it?
So Ken doesn't listen, and he just kind of puts a hand on James's shoulder and heals him for 35 points.
Okay.
And can I?
Thank you.
Can I disengage?
Lay on hands is your action.
Okay, done. All right.
Okay. Mostep thinks this is a hell of a time for his first real combat encounter as part of an adventure. Uses his action to disengage and drops back a bit.
Attack of opportunity.
Uses action disengage. But kind of as he's looking at this creature, he's muttering something in an arcane language that it sounds a little bit like abyssal or some type of language. It's very guttural and very demonish. As he backs away, And
Wait,
the
what language is it?
it is abyssal. Let's go with abyssal.
Yeah, all we hear is caw, caw.
No, I know infernal. I don't know abyssal.
Yep. And seems to a kind of green aura emanates from the giant skeleton for now, which will do that lightning bolt. Okay. And that is all Mostep can do this turn. Karn.
All right. Well, I am. Let's see. First thing I'm going to do is actually move over here to be on this side of the skeleton. And then I'm going to make a one-handed attack with my Sunblade first.
Okay.
Does a 28 hit?
A 28 hits.
All right. And that's going to be... It's going to be 8 radiant damage.
Awesome. Give me 1 second. Everything's being a little bit slow tonight. It's either the computer or it's me. Could go either way. And okay, that radiant damage seems to hurt it even more so than you would think, as it lets out a with that attack. And it looks at you and snarls and realizes who its true enemy is now. Another attack?
Yeah. With my other hand, I'm going to make a attack with my longsword. Does a 20 hit?
20 hits.
All right. That's going to be 7 slashing damage on that one.
Okay. And then, so usually offhand attack is your bonus action. So you would another attack with your Sunblade if you so choose.
Then I am going to do that. What about a 19?
19 hits.
All right. That's going to be 12 radiant damage and looks like 6 radiant versus undead as well.
Oh, nice. I have to do math.
18.
Okay. Yeah, just this, it strongly dislikes the radiant damage you're doing to it and lets out an awful groan as you've taken a significant couple of whacks at it where a good chunk of its knee is missing now due to all of your attacks and hits. Anything else your turn?
Nope, that's going to do it for me.
Okay, Chime, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna use my cunning action to disengage so I can step back a few paces, and from there I'm going to hit it with my Corpse Slayer short bow.
Okay.
This is a 13 to hit.
13 does not hit, and as a reminder, every player starts every game with advantage, or not advantage, inspiration. And chat, you can use your kernels, your channel points, to give that to players as you see fit.
I mean, even if I had an inspiration, that it's still 13. Just a heads up for chat. I don't want anyone coming at me. It's like, why did you use inspiration? And that's all I can do.
Smat Demas does say Karn's a beast and is correct. All right, James, you're up next.
Do I have to move? Like, what happens if I don't move?
Nothing. I mean, it's really big, so like it's kind of unrealistic to be like it takes up like literally that entire space. You're just kind of dodging underneath its legs and stuff as it's moving around. That's my ruling.
Okay, so but I could move here and not leave.
You would not leave its threatened area, correct?
Got it. Okay. Well, can I get to here without having to like be like crazy dexterous or anything?
Oh yeah, you can move it as it's kind of like falling back after Karn's just assault on it. It's not paying too much attention to you right now.
Got it. Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna back up to here, and I am going to, I'm gonna stick my thumbnail into my finger, right close to the hand, and draw a little bit of blood, and then I'm gonna pull up my dagger and imbue my dagger with lightning.
Okay.
So yeah, that is. I think this is the first time I've done that. This is a new thing. This is. I was able to take on a second element to imbue into my weapons. So I'm gonna take that. I believe that takes a maledict point to turn on. And that also means I need to roll a d6. And I'm going to take 5 points of damage to do that. But I get to attack it. So yeah, I'm gonna try and trip it up. I know that I don't have anything that is going to be super effective against a skeleton, considering all of my weapons are piercing. But it's fine. It's fine. I'm just gonna pull some lightning
Totally
and try and stab it anyways. Less worried about the piercing damage. More worried about the hopefully something's gonna work for this. And
Stab it in the ass.
Okay.
And don't forget, since you're flanking it with Karn, you do get advantage on your attacks.
Awesome. Okay, so that is right there. And an 11 is not going to hit. However, I do have an extra attack.
Okay.
17.
17 hits.
That is 4 piercing and 2 lightning damage.
Awesome. So 6. Your piercing seems to fully affect it, even though it typically with a skeleton, you might see that reduction in damage, but with the bones being just so large, you're able to get a solid hit on it, and your piercing and lightning seem to do full damage to it, which is very convenient.
All right.
Anything else your turn?
No.
Okay. The skeleton now is a little frustrated and scared, perhaps, realizing that its mission as an undead to defeat you all is not going well, and now just wants to cause as much damage as it possibly can. So with its 3 attacks, there's 3 of you within range. It's going to attack all of you once that are within range currently. I'm going to start with Karn and a scimitar attack. Gets 10 to hit.
That does not hit.
Ken, you are next. A 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Okay. You take 17 slashing damage. Burger Bun, who do you want to give that inspiration to?
I'm doing it from a step.
All right. Oh yeah. Well, good old post step. And then James, scimitar attack on you. 15.
15 hits.
Okay. And you take 21 slashing damage. But otherwise, it seems to be happy with its position, and isn't going to do anything else but just try to hurt you all. And Ken, it's up to you again.
Can I swing around James to right about there?
Absolutely.
All right, so I parry around James, pulling out my great sword as if it wasn't already out. I'll swing it right above the head and bring it down with all the force right over onto the creature, doing...
Oh, good hit.
27 to
Nice.
hit.
27 hits.
Yeah, 15 slashing damage. Does any part of it fall off?
Not like fully falling off at this point, but the armor it's wearing, especially the armor around its legs, is chipped and broken and falling to the floor, and you're getting massive chunks of bone that's on the ground in pieces, and the legs are definitely starting to splinter. It's like a huge tree, and y'all are just hitting those through and starting to make enough progress that soon enough it'll probably fall and tip over.
All right, I'm gonna aim for the weaker of the two legs.
Okay.
21 to hit.
21 hits.
All right, 15 slashing damage.
You were almost through it. And there's just tiny little bits, and you can hear the cracks in the leg start to form as it's weakening and weakening. Anything else your turn?
No.
All right. Mostep has a slight smile on their face as they are maybe a little excited to participate in this battle and is no longer in direct danger. And again, these guttural words come from his mouth, and some hand movements and motions forward, and you see just a blast of energy shoot out from Mostep,
Oh my god.
coming into solid contact with this creature. And Mostep looks so proud of himself getting this incantation out, and it just barely does anything. If it hurt this giant creature, it barely shows it, and immediately upon that, the giant smile that Mostep had from getting to participate in this quickly goes to like just a sullen frown, and lets out a lengthy and gets you see a light bulb maybe go off in Mostep's head as he reaches down and from his side pulls out what looks at first to be an empty, just a blank hilt, and with a blink and concentration, this blank hilt, a green fiery blade emerges from it, and the smile returns as Mostep charges back in to combat. But that is the end of Mostep's turn. Karn, you're up.
All right. I'm going to make another attack on it with my Sunblade. Does a 23 hit?
23 hits.
All right. That's going to be 13 radiant damage and 6 radiant versus undead.
And your final act, at this point, your Sunblade slices clean through both legs as the giant lets out and starts to tumble and fall to the ground, and just a massive heap of bones and rusted armor. And y'all thought you were in trouble.
Any gems in the armor or anything of value?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing shiny?
It's rusted and busted.
Okay.
Thought
And
that
I
sounded
guess
good.
Chime is definitely gonna take a long look at Mostep.
Mostep kind of embarrassingly focuses for a second, and the green fiery blade retreats and puts the hilt back in their belt, and just smiles at you.
So you can handle yourself in a fight, huh, Mostep?
Well, I reckon I did all right. What do you think?
Stick to thieving, buddy.
Kind of gives a non-committal shrug to that. Well, you stick to your strengths, and I'll stick to mine.
Okay, and looks at the others and says, "That was way too easy.
Yeah.
What are we missing?"
Let's read that. Let's read that book again.
Yeah, I feel like it's been weeks since I've read it.
Hey DM, can we get another reading?
It says exactly what it said before, and I forget how I phrased it. But no additional clues. Still, it was basically the 5 primordials that did not believe you were strong enough to be Dunya's champions are represented. And as a reminder, there are a total of 6 primordials. So one of them believes in you, the other 5 do not. And they all have representation in this room. You would use their representation to summon their champion. And once you've defeated their champion, they would likely change their mind and let you pass on to get the artifact you are here seeking.
Okay, Ken has read this aloud, I guess. He's got the comprehend languages, and he says,
Guys, you looked at me when I was crazy when I tried to shake this giant's hand. One of them believes in us.
To be fair, he did attack us first.
Yeah.
Or it attacked us first.
Sorry, let me
I held my hand out.
let me make sure I'm very clear. There are a total of 6 primordials. 5 are represented in this room. You will have to defeat all 5 that are in this room. The one
that believes not here.
that believes in you is not in this room.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That is much clearer.
Clear as mud. Okay.
All right. What's next, guys?
We take the next one.
I mean, which one? There's 4
any
more.
healing? Hold on. Before we do that, I can do some healing. James. Chime. Which one of you is more hurt?
I'm missing about a 4th, so I could do with a few
I'm
more
at about
hits.
half.
All right. Here, buddy. Come here. This won't hurt me a bit.
Yeah, Ken cast Cure Light Wounds. A creature you touch regains a number of hit points equal to 1d8 plus your spell casting ability, being charisma for me. The modifier, this spell has no effect on undead or constructs. So looking real quick at my character sheet, I think it's a +1. Just want to double check. Darn it. Yeah, +1. So 1d8 plus 1. Yeah, that's 5 hit points.
There you go, buddy.
Wait, who's that for?
That's for you.
James.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
It was an attempt.
Guys, I don't think I'm supposed to be the tank.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Let me and Karn step up forward. Hey, Karn. Come here, man.
Okay, coming near.
Hold on. Before we do anything, let me cast some protective spells. Anybody else got any protective spells on them?
I do.
Yeah. Let's
I
be
think I know any of
prepared.
that magic GBG stuff.
Most Step said, "Oh, well, that is a very good idea," and begins to speak in that again very dark tongue, and a bit of shimmering armor coats the outside of Most Step.
Awesome. All right. Ken's gonna cast Shield of Faith on himself. That gives +2 to his AC, making it 18 temporarily. Can I get a little token signifying that?
Of course.
Okay.
We'll go with. I thought there was like an actual shield on here somewhere, but it's like a broken shield.
He gets the point across. We'll go ahead
Yeah.
and subtract.
We'll go with little shield there. Little shield there.
And I can actually cast Shield of Faith more than once, can I?
You can cast it as
On
many.
other people?
Well, here's the issue. It's concentration. So you can only have
So
one of those up at a
one
time.
Shield of Faith. Gotcha.
One concentration spell up at a time.
All right. And I'm going to cast Bless on my
I think
guy.
that's also concentration.
Oh,
so
okay.
if you did cast that, you would lose Shield of Faith.
Wow.
All right.
I'm
So
learning
what
so much.
then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask I'm gonna suggest hey guys, okay, Ken and Karn, I think you guys should surround the next one we want to fight. Chime and I will be at opposite ends, far away, attacking from ranged. Mostep, how do you want to fight this one? Do you want to try the sword this time? You want to fling some more magic at it?
I think maybe you underestimate my sword skills. So let me show that off.
Okay, that's cool. Then the three of you kind of like surround the thing. I'll stand over here. All right.
Which one are we going for next?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Ken.
Most up, I have a question for you.
He just looks at you.
Would you be able to identify whether those red potions over there are tainted with poison of any sort?
I would have my guess, but I don't have a way of knowing for certain right now.
Can you at least smell them for us?
Shrugs. Goes over to one. Pops the top on it. Puts it up to his beak. Gives a couple of whiffs. It smells like a potion of healing.
All right. I don't know. Well, I guess in a pinch, let's keep these on our person. If all else fails, we're almost to death. It'll either end the suffering quickly or it'll give us a second wind.
And Ken grabs a potion over here on the far right and gives it to James.
Here, buddy.
Nope, I'm okay. I'm gonna stay ranged this time, and hopefully I won't need it. And I think you and Ken should probably hold on to them.
He most up Karn most up hands you the potion that he smelled.
Thank you, Mostep. Okay, and then I'm gonna walk over to Karn, and I'm gonna cast Protection from Evil and Good. It's also a concentration. Protects from aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. Probably would have come in use last time. So it if any of those types of creatures attack Karn, then he will get they get disadvantage on those attack rolls. Also, that those types cannot charm, frighten, or possess Karn.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So whatever symbol you want to add to Karn for that.
So that
I'm gonna go ahead and
does consume the components that it uses. So I'll say you had them on you, but you'll need to buy them again or acquire them in the future. It's holy water, or like powdered silver and iron. So
okay,
if it wasn't a consumed one, it'd be different. But since it's consumed, there you go.
That's fair.
Yeah. Did Karn just gain HP?
I don't think Karn took any damage before.
Nope.
Okay.
No, I didn't take a hit.
All right. I say we go for water next.
That works for me.
All right. What kills water?
I still have lightning imbued into my dagger, and I'm not going to let that up yet. So,
all right.
If we want to go that route, then I should be up front. But I don't think I want to be up front, so I'm going to let this go, and I'm going to imbue my crossbow instead. I'll stand way over here.
Yep.
Yeah, don't shoot me. I'll stand over here.
Well, one of us has to activate it.
This one's water.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, that's water. My bad.
He's staring at the air the entire time.
That's vapor, isn't it? But anyway. All right.
And so Ken just stares at Karn.
How do you turn it on?
I'm not real sure.
He bends over and blows on it.
Mostep looks at you for a second and well, I would think if this is water, maybe if you added some type of liquid to the font.
Karn, do you need a pee?
Please don't.
I
No.
I just imbued my crossbow. I activated everything. I took the 1 point of damage. I can come over and drop a blood in there.
No. Isn't there something? Don't we have like a canteen of water? Anybody got a canteen on them?
Yes, you all should.
Okay.
I opens the canteen, pours it in.
All right.
That takes his great sword out.
For a second, nothing happens. But then the water starts to slosh back and forth as if it has a mind of its own. And a couple of seconds later, the water begins to seemingly multiply in the bowl. And then it slowly starts to overfill. And the water's dripping down and dripping down and dripping down. And it starts to form a large puddle surrounding this once empty font. And suddenly the entire form shoots up into the form of a large creature at this point, not giant. Don't worry. And it begins to speak in some way, but I don't think that you understand the language, so it's okay. But it sounds.
What is the language?
Aquan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's it.
Anyone speak Aquan?
I speak comprehend languages. I cast it last game.
It's
stewardess, I speak jive.
So that's also a concentration spell. So you would not have that up either.
Okay.
You get one concentration spell up at any point.
I'm learning so many new things every game.
Every game. It sounds like a babbling brook, as if somebody's trying to talk through that, like a bloop bloop bloop, like kind of sound. But it's not really interested in talking. It's evident by the way it's starting to raise its fists made of pure water. And roll initiative.
Yo, just for the record, ducks like water. So.
Okay, noted.
Ooh.
When you made that babbling brook noise, I could only think of pop-up video.
Oh, it was the best. I don't think we went chill classical right now. Really bummed that music stopped working on the thingy. All right. The elemental is poised and ready to strike right off the bat. So first up, it's going to make a 2 attacks against the 2 PCs close by. Just make life easier. It's going to just use these huge fists of water to attempt to slam into you. Ken, you are first. 24.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna pick a little bit here.
For 10 bludgeoning damage.
Hey, not even
And Karn, attacking you gets a 23.
Nope. Is that an? I'm sorry.
Oh, it is. It's a 14. You are correct. Thank you.
No, but
Oh, they're
That's not
flanking.
it, then.
Okay. Then
No,
you are.
because protection from evil and good
Oh.
grants disadvantage from attack rolls on Karn from elementals.
Right.
That is correct. However, Karn, you are currently in its space as it kind of forms up into a elemental creature and solidifies. And this one does a special rule for that. I need you to make a strength saving throw. Okay.
That's an 18.
With that, you're able to, you feel it surrounding you and starting to pull you into its watery body, and you're able to fight it off just through your strength alone and push yourself away so that you're not completely engulfed by it. And that is the end of its turn. Mostep, though, once again pulls the sword out this time, gets this smile on his face and is going to attack with his magic cool sword. If I can find that. Sorry, the music is not cooperating tonight. Nothing's really cooperating. Okay. It did not set that up, did it? It did not. Cool. Mostep takes a swing with the sword at first. Gets a 14, which hits the critter. Sorry, I don't see. I just did this before stream and now I'm struggling. Okay. We're just gonna make up some damage so we can just keep on moving. So we're just gonna call this 2d6 for now. And I'll find it out later.
Jesus.
And it gets a second attack with the sword.
Nice.
And hits again.
Nice.
And Mostep definitely has a slight smile on his face as he looks at Chime, especially for approval, like a smile and just, hey, well, you see what I did? Yeah.
Good job.
Okay. Ken, and now you're up.
Enough of this. And Ken takes a giant swing laterally on his great sword across in a horizontal fashion. I keep clicking Karn by accident and trying to get my character sheet to come up. All right, 21.
21 hits.
16 slashing damage.
Oh, nice.
And then 25 for 9 slashing damage.
Very nice. Anything else?
That's all.
And that you have a magic sword. So yep, all good there. All right, James, you're up.
All right. Cool. So first thing I'm going to do is look to see if anybody is actually in contact with the water monster right now.
Karn is like the water monster has some a decent puddle at the ground, and Karn is right on that puddle currently.
Cool. Can I delay? Can I delay until after Karn?
Yeah, you can. I'll just move you there permanently.
Yep, sounds good.
Cool.
I'll scream out, Karn, get out from that thing.
All right, Karn, your turn.
All right. Well, first thing I'm going to do is take James's advice and just back up a little bit to not be right on top of it.
Sure.
And then I'm actually going to cast Witch Bolt.
Oh, nice.
So a beam of crackling blue energy lances out toward a creature within range, forming a sustained arc of lightning between myself and the target. Make a ranged spell attack against that creature. On a hit, the target takes 1d12 lightning damage. And on each of my turns for the duration, I can use my action to deal an additional 1d12 lightning damage to the target automatically.
Awesome.
But here's the kicker. I'm going to cast that at a second level, so that's going to be 2d12.
Okay. Make your ranged spell attack first.
Now you're going to have to forgive my ignorance on this. How do I do this?
Yeah, if you have the spell on there. Okay, cool.
Sorry, just haven't really cast that many spells being a fighter, so.
Yeah, of course.
He yells, Thunderstruck!
Okay, that's going to be a 12.
All right. It somehow sees the crackling energy in your hand, and as you move your hand forward to cast the spell, it just shifts its entire shape to make a hole where your lightning bolt would go, and it just passes through, goes aimlessly back and hits the wall far behind you. Anything else in your turn?
Well, that was kind of my great idea, but apparently,
I mean, it was a good idea. Just,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's kind of all I'm able to do at this point.
All right. Now, James, you're up.
All right. Now that everybody's clear, I'm gonna shoot a lightning crossbow bolt at water monster there, and I'm making sure to aim to where like it's not gonna like go immediately straight through and hit Mostep or anybody else.
Of course.
I feel like a large creature like this would be easy to aim at, and
Yeah, yeah.
aim at my friends behind it.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. That is a 17.
17 hits.
Cool. So that's 3 piercing plus 4 lightning damage.
All right. This time it doesn't jump out of the way and doesn't see this attack coming, and it hits solid, and the crossbow bolt goes into the watery form and doesn't seem like it's hurt it that much, and then it explodes with a bit of lightning, and you can see the little bolts inside the water as the whole creature shocks and shakes for a second due to the lightning damage.
There are bubbles coming out of the top.
Little bits of steam rising off because
Yeah.
it got a little too hot.
It's actually pure hydrogen and pure oxygen gas. It's been dissociated from the energy, but that's never mind. I'm a chemistry minor.
Thanks. Anything else your turn?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
So because of my crossbow stuff, I can also attack with my hand crossbow.
Nice.
As a bonus action, and then I get an extra attack. So I'm gonna shoot it with my hand crossbow now.
Okay.
And that is a 16.
16 hits.
It's 2 piercing, no magic damage, no extra damage, anything like that. But I'm gonna.
And that's not a magic weapon. Is that correct? Okay.
It's vicious, but not magic.
Oh no. That's still a magical weapon.
Oh, is it? Sorry,
Mhm.
I thought vicious was not magic, but +1 is magic.
No, vicious is still. It's not a +1, but it still is like enchanted.
Got it.
So-
I didn't know that.
Yeah, all good.
I learn things every time.
We're all learning something today.
All right, and then I'm gonna shoot my crossbow at it one last time, and that is an 18.
18 hits.
So that's another 8 piercing plus another 5 lightning.
Bravo.
Nice. Anything else?
Nope, I'm sticking right where I'm at.
All right. Chime, you're up.
I want to. I'm just gonna try and shoot him.
Okay.
This is a 26 to hit.
26 hits.
So 10 piercing, and then this 10 sneak. So
Oof.
27.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get him right in where I imagine a water elemental's gourd would be.
You're able to hit it right in its. It looks vaguely humanoid, so you would think where the head would be, and absolutely get it right there. Anything else in your turn?
I want to shoot a smug look at Mostep. And then that's it.
He kind of shakes his head at you, like, oh, look at you.
La di da.
The water elemental, not amused at all at what's happened, is going to attack the 2 birds within range of it currently, and is going to do the first attack against Ken, and then a second attack against Mostep. First attack, actually, sorry, we'll do those attacks first. Ken, a 9 to hit.
9 does not hit.
And then it attacks Mostep with an 11, which does not hit. And then it's going to see if its ability recharges, which it did not roll the die for me, which is super cool. Thank you, game. It does not. That was a complete waste of turn for it. Okay, cool. Mostep is back and is going to once again attack with its seemingly weird sword twice. First attack is a 15, which hits. And it's going to do... Oh, no, don't do that. The correct damage this time of 8. And then is going to attack once again with its cool sword. And this time just barely misses. Looks a little less smug this time. And kind of glances around to see if anybody saw a miss and just pretends like...
Oh, I'm watching.
Like it was part of the plan the whole time. Ken, you're up.
All right, Ken, he holds his great sword in the air again, but this time he says first to the water elemental,
I'm a duck. You're water. We love each other. Surrender now.
If it understood you, it doesn't show it and just continues. It's raising its fists, ready to attack.
Okay, and based on the posturing, Ken, he, for some reason, swings twice and just cannot hit the water. He gets a little emotional in the process, but unbeknownst to the other characters. Wait, we're flanking. I got advantage. Never mind.
Oh, yeah.
I rolled 26 and a 21. 13 to hit for the first one and 9 to hit for the second one.
Oh, see, a 26 and a 21, those both hit for 22 damage, and it is just barely standing. It kind of... Oh, the water is splashing everywhere. It's more or less just a puddle with little arms coming out, trying to do the last bit of damage as it can. Karn, you're up.
All right. Well, first I'm just going to say, well, it looks like this whole situation is just water off Duck's greatsword. And then I'm going to make an attack with my Sunblade. And that's a crit.
All right.
Overkill. Literally.
So that's 9 radiant damage.
Your radiant blade, imbued with the power of the sun, strikes down the last bit of the puddle, and the radiant damage just evaporates what's left of the water. So now it's a little humid in the room, a little muggy, like but there's just like a sauna. Just absolutely no sign that this creature was ever even here.
All right, great job, everybody. I say we move on to the next one before our spells wear off.
Sounds good to me.
Idea.
Which one are we going to go after next?
Where's that hole? Is that like Earth?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that one.
Let's go digging up them holes, souls.
Same plan?
Sure.
Sounds good to me.
Cool.
Karn, you want to do the honors of pouring some dirt into the hole?
Sure.
So there is a shovel next to this hole, and there's most of this room is like a very smooth, almost flagstone-like texture throughout, but this section there is some loose earth around the hole in terms of looking for dirt.
Okay. Right, take one small step back from the hole, and then Karn, when you throw the dirt in, take a step back. Let's not get engulfed by a magical earth elemental.
All right. Just gonna take my hand, scoop up some of the dirt, throw it in, and then back up like there's no tomorrow.
And then Ken says, "There was a shovel," and he points at it.
Not on my side of the hole.
Again, at first, it doesn't seem like anything is happening. And then there's the whole ground has a slight tremor to it. It lasts maybe 3 seconds. And it's not even strong enough that any of you would buckle or get a huge sense of it. And then you hear something coming from the hole. A slow clunk, clunk, clunk,
I
clunk.
really hope this isn't a giant groundhog.
Let's hope not. Or an army of rabid possums, as we experienced last night. And you see two rocky hands at the top of this hole as it wills itself up, and you see its entire body. Let me get on the right layer.
So it's like two boxing gloves coming out,
Two stone boxing gloves.
like Rocky Balboa.
Oh, I see what you did there.
But
That was a reluctant but it was there. It was there.
You hear the echo.
Game recognized game. Come on.
Oh,
Schmabby look.
its entire body seems to be made of rock. It lets out. This is like roll 20's not participating tonight. It's just having a night. There we go.
It says that?
So, Donald, with the way this creature looks, does it happen to look crustacean at all? Are we dealing with a rock lobster?
I'm going to give all the monsters advantage if we keep this up for the rest of the night.
Electric guitar.
Just gonna start killing players. That's the easiest solution.
Yeah, that's
It reaches up, lets out just a and strikes, or he's ready to strike. We'll say. So everybody roll initiative if you haven't already. I think we're just waiting on me. All right. And this time, it appears Chime is the most prepared and ready to go first.
I'm shooting it.
Just first thing, all right.
Shoot
The
first.
19 to hit?
A 19 is going to hit, yes.
Okay. So 9 piercing and 9 sneak. For a total of 18.
18. Just double checking to see what your bow's magic anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my corpse slayer.
Anything else?
No, that's all.
Okay. The elemental is going next. And is aware of other people here currently. But isn't a fan of getting hit as soon as he gets out of his hole. It seemingly just melds with the work stone, disappears for just a second. And you feel the entire room shaking again, just as you did before. But this time, it's a bit stronger. And suddenly, it appears...
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah, I had some fun picking these in the reasons. Right next to Chime. Both of its large, club-like hands bearing down, slamming in to Chime. First attack is a 12.
Does not hit me.
Second attack is a 22.
Okay.
15 bludgeoning damage.
I'm actually going to use my uncanny dodge ability to
Okay.
have that.
Okay.
Good call.
Was that 7?
It'd be 8.
It'd be 8. Okay. All right.
All right. That is the end of its turn. Mostep, ever the brave soul, calls out, "Hey, darling, you got this, or you need a little help over there?"
Chime is, man, I haven't had to actually make her speak out loud like specific phrases for a while. You know what? She's gonna yell at him. So you're a bastard.
Classic.
Well, All right then. He once again
Achievement unlocked.
it puts the glowing sword away and sheaths the hilt once again, and just launches a blast of energy directly at the elemental once again. Okay, come on, buddy. This one, the creature is knocked back for just a second, and seems to take a bit of damage from it. This time, most up with a satisfying smile as he winks at Chime and
Rolls her eyes at him.
hangs out in his current spot. Actually, just moves away from the hole a little bit, not really trusting being next to a giant hole. Karn, you're up next.
Okay, quick question for you to start off. The Sunblade, does it have any water on it, or did that just evaporate?
It just evaporated off.
Damn it.
All right. Well, I am going to... Karn is just going to lift his arm, just kind of point his sword right the approximate center of this creature. And I'm going to cast Shatter
Okay.
On what?
on the creature.
So he's gonna shake violently.
Yeah, so a sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from a point of your choice within range, being 60 feet. Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere, which everyone's kind of outside of that.
Oh, well, okay. I think this will be my last time of being a very benevolent DM. A 10-foot radius will get Chime at the center of this creature.
Okay,
Because
and I'm
it's
going to
10
go
10
slightly
feet.
below the creature then.
All right, but just as a warning, last time being benevolent
Okay.
DM. Here on out, y'all are doing each other damage.
Shit.
All right, cool. So you got it. So 10 foot, probably down like here.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right.
Needs to make a saving throw. Is that a Constitution save?
Yeah, DC 13.
Okay.
Damn.
It saves. Is that
Yeah.
half level?
Half damage.
Yeah.
Yep, half
Yeah,
damage.
damage. So it's 13 thunder damage.
Wait. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
it has
misread something.
disadvantage on the attack, but it rolled 2 19s, so it saves.
Yep. So I'm shut up now.
No, you can point that out. That's no problem. But I did consider it. Celestial's excited about the potential for accidental murder, so I think just
Celestial.
oh right. So it's half of 13, so it takes 7. Okay. Anything else?
I am actually going to run to this point right here, and that's going to end my turn.
All right. Hi, Twisted. Welcome in. And James,
Hi,
you're
Twisted.
up.
Oh man. Okay. I'm gonna shoot it. I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna shoot it from where I am.
Okay.
Okay. So that is. Okay, man. I wish I would have used inspiration on that, but I didn't call it beforehand. That is a nat 1.
Advantage. No, never mind.
That have advantage.
No.
Your shot just it looks like it's a solid hit, and it bounces off the creature itself and it hits the wall and tears the banner of Dunya right next to you, which maybe displeases someone in the long run.
Sorry.
Nice banner.
Sorry. So with that crit fail, does that negate like all of my extra actions I would have taken?
No, you just miss
Okay.
for now.
Yeah, I thought you were done being benevolent.
I mean, I'm not like a complete jerk. Just
Okay.
if you all do something that would hurt each other,
Got it. Yeah, okay.
like Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, so same thing as before. I'm gonna use my vicious hand crossbow on it, and then back to my crossbow.
Okay.
So that would be an 8 that doesn't hit, and then an 11, and that likely does not hit.
So all your shots are on target. It's just they're hitting, and it's just solid stone, and these are just bouncing off of it like bullets hitting Superman, just hitting the chest, and they just fall to the ground harmlessly.
I'm going sorry. Anything
else?
That's it. No,
All right.
I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Ken, you're up.
All right. Would I be able to make it to the creature if I ran and jumping over this hole?
Your speed's 25. So
I don't
you
know how to do that ruler thing you guys do.
you hit Q. You would make it. You could make it to here. I don't know. You probably can't see where I'm going.
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay, you can move there and be within range and still get your attacks. Yeah, you can.
All right.
You can jump over the hole based
And
on
jump
the.
over the hole and bolt towards the creature. Running with the great sword overhead as usual, coming to swing down as hard as I can right onto it. And I just clicked this. It's not doing nothing. There we go. Okay.
It's just being a butt tonight.
Yeah, it's a little slow. We'll take the first two. 12. Am I flanked?
You are not flanking it currently now.
Okay. All right. 12 probably doesn't hit.
You're 12. You feel like it's solid contact, and again, you're just hitting solid stone, and your great sword isn't able to penetrate it.
Okay, and then for the second swing, I'm going to aim at the weakest joint that I see with a 19.
Oh, and with the weakest joint, you find just a little crevice near a shoulder, and your blade slips in and is able to do just a little bit of damage, perhaps. How much damage was it?
14.
Awesome. It lets out a like the ground shakes a bit as it groans out in pain, as if the very earth itself is displeased at your action. But it's fighting you, so it's fine.
Fuck you, Earth.
And then anything else your turn?
No.
All right. Chime, you're up next.
I'm going to use my cunning action to disengage. I'm going to step back to where Mo Step is, and then I'm going to take aim again. That is a 14 to hit.
Like with James's shots and most other things happening tonight, it's a solid shot, hits it square center in the chest, and it just bounces off harmlessly.
Damn it. That's all I've got.
Okay. It seems to be pretty happy. It hasn't taken a ton of damage from you all now, and is going to attack Ken once and Karn once with its giant stone-like fists. Ken gets a crit against you.
Wait. Disadvantage.
Not against Ken, against Karn.
Oh, sorry. I thought I heard Karn.
No problem.
Still would have hit at 22, so.
Yeah, but not crit.
It would have been a crit.
It's 16 bludgeoning damage against Ken, and then Karn, it's attacking you with disadvantage due to your spell from James, and gets an 18 with disadvantage.
That still hits.
And you take 11 bludgeoning damage after it hits you both, and then pounds its chest in victory and raises its large stone-like fists up. And Mo Step is up now and sees what's happening, and leans over to Chime real quick and just says, "Yeah, I'm not gonna get close to that thing. This I don't. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna help, but you know, okay." And launches another one of those bolts of force that he has been launching throughout the night.
You got any fancy like healing stuff? Because I'm a little battered here, Mo Step.
He shakes his head no, and casts this spell going forward. Almost crits, and does a little bit more damage to the creature. And that's all he does right now. Karn, you're up now.
All right. Well, Karn's just going to kind of resettle himself after getting hit square in the chest and just say, okay, I guess we're going to have to play it that way. And I'm just going to make an attack with my Sunblade. That's a 12. I'm guessing that's not going to hit.
Does not. You leave a sear mark across its chest, but doesn't seem to damage it at all.
All right. Then I'm going to swing around.
You still have that inspiration?
Nice.
Make
I don't need it.
attack with my other hand with my longsword.
Nice.
That's a crit.
This time you do find just a little bit of exposed area where the rock is chipped away, and you get a solid hit in there, doing some damage to it.
All right. And that's going to be 11 slashing damage.
Nice.
And then extra offhand attack with the Sunblade. And that's going to be a 24.
24 hits.
And that's going to be 10 radiant damage.
Oh, nice. This time your radiant damage seems to melt a bit of the stone as you hit a pretty solid point of it, but it still lets out a as you are able to make solid contact and hurt it just a bit. Anything else?
Nope, that's going to finish out my turn.
All right, James, you're up.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to pull out my crossbow, and this time I am going to use inspiration.
Okay.
11.
Same as it's been.
11 and 25.
Hey, 25 hits.
Hey, 25 hits. That's 6 piercing plus. Click on my token. Click on. Why can't I click on my token?
It's Roll20's being a butt tonight.
Yeah.
It is having so many problems.
All right. I'll roll this manually then. 2 lightning damage.
Cool. Anything else?
I'm just gonna. Whoops. Oh, I know why. It's because I didn't have the pointer selected. That's why. Yeah. So I'm gonna step back here next to Chime.
All
hey
right.
guys, how's it going?
Not great.
I see that.
Ken, you're up.
I'd like to swing around to right about there and do a divine smite with my great sword.
Okay.
Going to take your normal swing. Damn. Can I add my inspiration?
Well, you can take inspiration on your next swing if you'd like. Yes. But on this one, you've already rolled.
All right. So that one, 13, I doubt hits.
Oh, sorry. If you have inspiration, you don't get like double advantage. So you would not anyway. So yeah,
Okay.
13.
Okay. So sorry. I thought this was the kind that where you roll a 1d4 and add that to your attack roll.
Oh,
so.
no. It would just give you advantage.
That's bardic inspiration.
Got it.
This is regular inspiration.
I'm really glad they use the same term for two things that are totally different.
Not confusing at all.
All right, I'm going to expend a divine smite at a level 2 spell, which will deal, extra 2d8 for the first level plus 1d8 for each spell level higher. So is that what I have plus 4d8, or is that 3d8?
It was, I think it's 3d8. It's 2d8 is the base, and then 1d8 for every spell level higher than the first level. Correct?
So, yeah, if I want to do a second level spell, that'd be 48, wouldn't it?
No. For a second level
3d8.
spell, it's 3d8. So it's a first level spell, gives you 2d8. Second, it's 2d8 for just using it, and then 1d8 per every extra spell level. So second level gives you. Yeah.
Okay. So 34 damage.
Oh, nice.
Radiant energy.
At this point, you've had a solid hit against it, and it's starting to crumble, and you can see the outer shell of this elemental cracking, and it's just starting to fall apart. You have it on its last bit of legs there.
Okay. Ken turns around and yells at Chime, "Finish him!"
All right, Chime, you're up.
I'm gonna nudge Mosef to say, "Hey, watch this," and I'm gonna use my inspiration to hit. This is a 26 to hit. With,
26
10 piercing and 14 sneak.
And with that, your arrow goes clean through it out the other side. And for a second, it has its arms raised, ready to strike your two companions, and it just crumbles into a pile of stones right in front of all of you. And the Handlebars has redeemed inspiration for Chime once again.
Thank you.
And the elemental goes down, just a pile of stone where it once stood.
Okay.
Guys, I'm gonna risk it.
Ken pops the cork off the healing potion and looks at the others, asking him to wait. Don't drink it.
Wait, don't drink it. You're a cleric. Use your magic.
I used it all on James.
Oh. Well, I mean, don't you have other stuff?
Not really.
He chugs the red potion.
All right. It turns out
Okay.
that was a potion of greater healing. You are going to restore 4d4 plus 4 hit points.
You want me to roll it, or are you gonna roll it?
Doesn't matter to me.
44 plus 4
44 plus 4.
plus 17. Not bad. Thank you.
Hey, this stuff really works.
Oh shoot. I can use, how many of those are left?
I think 3, and then there's
3.
a green one over here.
Well, there were 3 total.
Two.
One of
There's
those
three
was
total.
the blood you used to get into the first tome. So there's one left because you had one, and then there is the mystery green potion.
Okay. All right. Never mind.
Do we need a break?
No, it's fine.
All right.
Unless you all do.
I mean, like, we could sleep on it.
Or we could get ambushed. I say we keep trudging through.
Yep.
Yeah, but if we keep trudging through and we're all out of magic and we're all out of health, and then we get ambushed, we're no better off.
Hmm.
I mean, what about the egg over there?
That's
Have we
the
looked at
last-
that?
No, not yet. I'm not willing to step on that black plague stuff yet.
I mean, can I look at the black tile, see if anything's off about it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do I need a roll?
Yeah,
What do
give me an
you roll?
investigation check.
I'd like to investigate it too at a 19.
Oh. Jesus. Okay.
Do any of the tiles?
17.
Yeah, do any of the tiles look like they're a little raised, as if they're pressure plates?
So what you do notice as you start to look at these tiles a little closer, and your face is up next to them, and you're at different angles trying to see what you notice. It's not the tiles themselves that have anything magic about them. You see a slight shimmer in the air, like on that line of tiles, as if there's a magical wall of force that separate the black tiles from the gray tiles, and you are quite certain that if you were to touch that or try to cross into it, something very bad would happen to you.
All right, I think this is the point where me and Chime just kind of stare at each other and yell at the others what we realize.
Slowly stepping back away from it.
Donald, I'd like to take a handful of the loose earth that's right next to me and just kind of toss it in the direction of
Nope. I'm gonna tackle him.
Tackle? There's a hole right.
You're pretty far from him right now. So, okay. You take like a handful of loose earth and toss it into that wall.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Fine.
That's an 8.
Okay.
Oh no.
So you toss this dirt, which is dirt and like pebbles and such, into it, and for just a moment it's suspended in the air, and you sense at first that there's like a gathering bit of energy behind it, and you're not quite sure what to make of it at first, but then suddenly it all just launches directly back at you. Dirt and pebbles, and you're covered in dust, and it hurts. It's coming at you very, very fast. You take 6 bludgeoning damage for failing your save.
Of dirt?
In pebbles, it's very, very fast.
You just got a shotgun blast to the face.
And
Yeah.
yeah, basically.
Okay, so you got Dick Cheney by the wall.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, that
That's not a very pheasant experience.
Ah.
Oh. Hey, I take offense
that
to
was
that.
worth
I'm a
it.
bird.
That definitely deserved the butt up. That's
I resemble that remark.
Yeah.
you know what? I kind of figured something like that was going to happen, but I wanted to try and see at least just to make sure it wasn't some kind of illusion. But yeah, we are not going anywhere near those tiles.
I
Okay.
guess that's the gift.
Fire or air?
Hmm.
Let's go fire.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
go fire. Guys, keep in mind, all of us are flammable. Hey, anybody got their water canteens on them?
Yeah.
Well, you might want to make it handy. Put it at your belt.
Okay.
And what about that green potion over there?
I'm not too good with magic stuff.
Can I do an Arcana check on it?
sure.
See if I can figure out what it is. I will waft and smell, but not inhale, because I'm a good chemistry student. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. That would be a skill check on Arcana, and that is a 14.
You look at it and smell it and swirl it, and you're not. It doesn't look like a type of poison that you're aware of, but with a 14, you're not quite sure what it does. It looks like maybe it has a little bit of, like, as you pick it up and look at it, there's a bit of bubbles, and then it starts to steam as you mess with it a little. And as you're kind of inspecting it, it looks like maybe it had sat and settled, and the color changes from a light green, and it starts to slowly shift to a blue tint a bit. But otherwise, you're not familiar enough with potions to really know what that might be.
I'm gonna turn back on. Oh, and put it back down.
With an exploding potion. Who knows? Whatever. Let's get this show on the road.
It doesn't seem like any poison I know, but no, I have no idea. So cool.
Anybody
Okay,
got
I'm gonna take a position. So is that brazier like burning right now?
It is not. It has some dried wood inside, but it's currently out and not burning. I think the picture looks like it is, but it's not.
And what about
Okay.
the torches on the walls?
They're lit. It looks like they're flickering with fire.
All
Okay,
right.
don't stand too close to this thing.
That's a great idea. Hey,
Kind of
come
back up just a
get
little
back. I'm gonna throw this torch at it.
Most up where you want to be.
Honestly, I'd rather be just about anywhere else than here right now. But,
you basically wanted to come, so
well,
Yeah.
I believe you asked me, if we recall. But that's okay. I will. He looks at all of you to see who looks the healthiest, and he's like, I think I'm probably gonna just move over here. I'm gonna stay away from that wall, and I'm gonna keep doing my own thing.
I'm
you.
gonna make a chicken noise at him.
I think Rose Step is from Alabama. I do declare I'll be sitting in my passing out chair over here.
Julie
Your
Tyson.
Honor, I may not be some big city fancy lawyer.
But I am a bird.
Trunk's gonna look at him.
I
Now
may
you
be
hear, you see, you don't joke at me like that.
I may be a chicken, as you are saying, but at the end of the day, I'm a survivor.
Get over here, motherfucker.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
has his head down, a little embarrassed by himself, but
Darn, get back.
I'm just saying, I am just as effective from the other side of the room as I am
No,
effective.
you're
from
not. No,
Okay.
you're not.
Well, we can agree to disagree, but I will be over here.
I
I'll-
don't feel like having to be your den mommy here. So how about you pitch in? Chip in.
I believe I've been helping just as much as expected, if not a little more.
Yeah, you helped a whole lot with that
Would
skeleton.
you two quit it already?
Fine.
All right, get your canteens ready.
Ken takes the torch off the wall. You want me to roll for throwing this thing?
No, that's not like it's not time sensitive. You're not like in danger. It's totally fine.
Okay. Throw the torch right at the brazier.
All right. The flames begin to slowly catch. The logs, the dried wood inside catch relatively quickly, and the flame picks up. At first, it's a little wisp of smoke coming out. A little bit of a pleasant campfire aroma begins to fill the room. But soon the fire goes from a pleasant campfire into a larger bonfire and eventually becomes just a raging inferno, which makes absolutely no sense based on the amount of fuel there. Soon, the entire fire begins to take a humanoid shape, as I'm thinking you all might have guessed at this point. This was happening. And a massive creature made of pure fire. Oh, y'all ready for initiative? Y'all are good to go, aren't you? All right.
I got the drill.
You figured out this intricate puzzle? All right. Let me get all these initiatives going.
In my head, this being a fire is voiced by Clancy Brown.
It's not. It's voiced by me. That's all we can afford right now.
Yeah, but in your head, zombie.
It's pretty low budget.
Or just cranberries.
Reference, guys.
And their tanks and their guns. Okay. Zombie. Or it's little children singing Ring Around the Rosie because I hit the button on accident again. Karn, you're up first.
All right. Well, I'm going to assume the Sunblade's not going to do a lot of good against a thing made of fire, but I am going to run up to it and make a two-handed attack with my longsword,
Okay.
and that's a crit.
Nice hit. All right. That definitely hits.
That's going
What'd
to
you
be
get? What'd
15,
you
15
roll?
slashing.
Nice.
Nice.
Unfortunately, the heat is incredibly intense as you make contact with the creature. And you take 9 fire damage from
Jeez.
a melee attack against a creature made of pure fire.
Pour the canteen on yourself.
I don't think you're technically on fire yet.
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 Yeah, you're not on fire yet.
Yet.
I mean, yet.
Oh my god.
Okay. You have another attack if you want to use it.
Well, no, now, now that I know that my sword is going to hurt me if I use it against it, I'm not going to try to make another attack with it.
Yeah, that's probably smart. That probably tracks. Anything else then?
Uh. Nope, I'm good.
Okay. Well, the fire elemental is a big fan of having a friend nearby, and is going to attack you twice, just basically reaching out and just trying to touch you. Nothing even else really. First attack is a crit.
He still has this advantage.
It does have disadvantage. Thank you. So it's a 19.
Oh,
Thank you for catching that.
Hold on.
That's
Yeah.
still gonna hit.
Yeah. So 10 fire damage, and you are now on fire.
Oh God.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Is there a little flame thing? That's a leaf.
Karn turns around and goes, "Hello."
And it's gonna attack you again. Getting a 16 this time.
That is also gonna hit.
For 9 fire damage.
Ouch.
And then
It tastes like burning.
The fire elemental looks around for a second and sees 2 friends that standing next to each other, per someone's suggestion, and rushes over there. Karn, if you would like, you get an attack of opportunity.
Well,
There's no winning this. This situation.
I don't like your attitude.
I mean, it's attack and get,
yeah, considering I can only attack it with my weapons, and I'm gonna have to not take it.
Okay. And then so Chime, you and Mostip are both surrounded by fire. And take each of you take 2 fire damage. Like a slight sunburn.
Great.
You got canteens on you. You can pour it on yourself if you catch fire.
And you're both on fire as well.
Awesome. Cool.
And James, it's your turn.
Okay.
Kentucky Fried King.
Oh. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure. I think I can do this. I think I can use a blood curse without using a maledict point. I only use a maledict point if I amplify it. I think.
Oh, blood hunters.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not. Yeah. It seemed fun when I decided to make the character. Then it was complex.
No, I mean it's brilliant. It's one of the best things to come out of a critical role. But yeah.
Okay. Is that a good fine assumption for now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. In that case, I am going to shoot my crossbow at it. First. With an 18.
An 18 hits.
Okay, and let's see, that is 2 piercing plus 2 lightning damage. Then I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Blood Curse of Binding.
Okay.
So I attempt to bind the creature I can see within 30 feet. It's no more than one size larger than you. He looks like large, so it's
Large.
medium, so that works. It's a DC 14 strength check.
Got it. It does not succeed.
Okay, so it cannot move until the end of my next turn.
Awesome. And it cannot use reactions as well, correct?
And it cannot use reactions. Yes.
Nice. That's
So
a...
I'm just gonna,
And I'm gonna go. You guys need to get out of there. I've got it pinned down. And Would I? Yeah, that was a bonus action, so I still get my extra attack, right?
Correct.
All right, and I'm gonna take one more shot at it. All right, so that is a 9, so that's not gonna hit.
Nope. This time the shot just goes a little errant. All right.
It's being a little too cautious. I didn't want to hurt my friends.
Of course. Most
Somehow that missed shot still winds up hitting that same banner across the room.
same one. Dead center.
Damn it.
Mostep is not a fan of the current situation. And
That's the most step move I've ever seen.
Opens a small, suddenly a door that's just completely like purple and shimmering appears in front of him. He turns the handle and walks through and appears just across the room and near the spot he originally wanted to be in. And
I do want to make it clear that there's an option that he can take a willing creature.
correct. And as that he as he has the door, turns the knob, he grabs you by the hand.
Oh, I thought he was going to just leave me.
And pulls you through. Do you resist?
No.
Okay. So you appear next to Mostep across the room. And let's see. He takes fire damage at the beginning of his turn as well. Because he did not douse the fire. He instead did his best to save Chime and himself, but mostly Chime. So Mostep's on fire and takes 1d10 fire damage. And as a bonus action, looks at the fire elemental, and this time he looks a bit different. With his singed fur, his fine clothes are now singed and burnt. The ends are frayed and charred, and there's a bit of even fire in his eyes, and the same words he said earlier in the day. But this time it's louder and angrier as he places a curse on this fire elemental as well. Chime, you're up, and since you're on fire, you take fire damage. 4 fire damage.
No, I do not.
Oh, you don't?
It's at the beginning.
At the beginning of your turn.
Beginning. Okay. So I'm going to use my main action to douse my flames.
Okay.
And
Oops.
I don't have any other actions I can do.
Okay.
Can I call out? I assume that dousing Mostep would also take an action.
It would. Yep.
Okay, then I'm just screaming across. Grab a canteen for Mostep or open it or something. I don't know.
Use your bonus action to spray Mostep. Yeah.
It's a full action. It's
a full action to do, but can
specifies
she open
it.
Prepare it?
He'll just douse
anything?
himself on the next turn. Like
Okay.
that was the plan, just to get out first.
Got it.
Like it is just an action. That's one of the things about fighting this creature. It's a tough one.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ken, you're up
I'm
next.
just gonna run up and swing a great sword with divine smite. Does a 24 hit?
24 hits.
All right, level 2 divine smite. So I'm gonna follow it up with 3d8 like we did last time.
How many spell slots do you have left?
I have 2 second level spell slots left.
Okay, cool.
So 7 plus 16, not.
Oh,
that
nice.
great. Yeah. A little bit of 23 damage.
And then, as we mentioned before,
Mhm.
you take 7. The radiant damage doesn't seem to have any. This is I say must have made a DoorDash. Ryan, I'm done. Ken takes 7 fire damage, and you're also on fire.
Okay. Oh wait, can't step away yet. All right.
This Karn is on fire.
This whole party's on fire, basically. Are you? Yeah, you have the movement. You can back up away now. Yeah, that's no problem because it can't do an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, I back.
You're welcome.
5 feet. Yeah.
All right. Karn, you're up.
Okay. Well, my world's on fire. How about yours? First of all, I'm going to douse myself.
Okay. So that is your action.
Now, if I wanted to use that potion, would that be an additional action?
I like to use critical rules of if you give yourself a potion, it's a bonus action. If you apply it to someone else, it's a full action. Oh, hey, Crazy Corvo. Welcome in. The party's on fire. That's all. So yeah, you can use that healing potion if you would like.
All right. I am going to do that.
And that was 44 plus 4 healing.
44 plus 4?
4d4.
Yeah.
All right. That's going to be 15 points. Hit points back. And then I'm actually going to use Action Surge to give myself one more action.
Okay.
And I am going to cast Witch Bolt.
Okay. Nice.
That's a 14.
14 hits.
All right, that's going to be 11 lightning damage.
And that is a persistent concentration spell, correct? Where like it'll keep doing damage, I believe.
Yes, if I so choose.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because it would use my action, but
do you have you don't have another concentration spell up right now? So is there a reason you wouldn't do it?
well, no, I was just clarifying for the viewing audience.
Gotcha. Okay, I've got the lightning bolt on there to remind us that it has witch bolt on it, and we can deal that damage to it earlier or next time.
All right.
Anything else your turn?
Nope, that's going to be it for now.
All right. The fire elemental decides. It can't move. The fire elemental is really sad that.
Oh man, I've had this since I created my character, and I think this is the first time I've ever actually had a good use for it.
The fire
I think it's the
elemental.
second. I think you
I
did it once
tried to use
before.
it once before, and I didn't land it. It didn't take. At least I don't remember it taking. Maybe I was wrong.
James, spray your canteen on it.
So it just raises its fists, ready to attack anyone that comes within range on its before its next turn. Is what it's using its
Anyone?
action. Anyone that comes within its range, it will attack. Yes. Yeah. That's its turn because it can't move, so it can't attack anyone, and that's what it's doing. And James, you're up.
All right, I'm just gonna scream out real quick. This thing is gonna. I can't hold it any longer than a few more seconds. Should we see if it will fight the air elemental?
No!
All right,
No.
I fire crossbow at it.
Jesus.
25 for 6
25.
piercing and 4 lightning.
Oh, jeez.
Vicious hand crossbow at 22 for 7 piercing, and then crossbow again. That doesn't hit. I rolled a 13. That's not gonna hit.
Are you sure about that, Chime? You feel like you're maybe on the fence about about that.
I sense some hesitation there.
Just a little. Yeah.
Anything else on your turn, James?
Nope. I'm gonna stay right where I'm at.
Okay. Mostep takes the fire damage because it's been his turn.
It also it is the end of my turn, so the fire element that the binding is expelled.
Thank you. He gets its reaction back.
Not usually one to help the DM,
There's a lot
me,
happening in
but-
this fight.
but there's a lot going on.
There's a whole lot happening. Okay, Mostep is pats himself out. Looks rather perturbed by the whole situation. And as he's patting himself out, just looks at Chime and says, "Am I useful yet, darling?" And guess we should have went in your spot, huh? And that's the end of his turn because he had to use his action to put himself out of being on fire. Chime, you're up next.
Shut up and start shooting.
Text.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and shoot it.
Okay.
It was a 14 to hit.
14 hits.
Okay. All right. I'm not moving, so
You didn't move.
I would get advantage so that we can be sneak. So 11 sneak, 6 piercing, 17 total.
All right, the flame is starting to flicker and flicker out. It's not the full like roaring fire that it once was, but still is in fact very dangerous. Just a little bit weaker. Anything else in your turn? Okay. Ken, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna take fire damage.
Okay. Are you walking into its range?
No, I'm on
He's
fire.
on fire.
Oh, you're on fire. I thought you were just accepting your fate. 7 fire damage.
We're not having roast duck tonight.
And he swings his great sword, 22 to hit.
Are you getting closer?
Yes, of course.
Okay, because it's going to attack you first because it prepared its attack. That was its action. So it's going to slam at you twice.
Okay.
Where did it go? Oh, it's just called touch. First is a 16.
Does not hit. I still have my 18 AC.
Perfect. Second is a 20.
Hits.
You take 9 fire damage and you are on fire once again. Or you're still on fire. You never unfired.
I never unfired, yeah. So
Okay.
I'm not looking too good, but I swing with the 22 to hit and 12 slashing damage.
22 hits, and it is on its last bit, but you do take damage from hitting it again. 9 fire damage.
Okay, and then I'd like to step back now.
Okay.
Is
It-
that going to cause a reaction?
It will. It has a reaction, so it would get an attack of opportunity against you.
Okay, well then. Yeah, I'm gonna step back.
Okay. It will get a 20.
Damn it! Another 20. I have an AC of 18. What the hell?
It's these dice. 8 fire damage.
Yeah. Okay, I'm on my last leg. I'm 5 hit points away from dying, and I'm on fire. So
Oh shit.
no, it's cool. I've got a Pripyat necklace, so I'm good.
Anything else your turn?
Yeah. No, I'm good.
Karn, you're up.
Well, I'm going to use my action to continue the Witch Bolt.
Okay.
So that's going to be additional D12 of damage. So 2 lightning damage.
I think that's a bonus action if I remember correctly.
Huh?
Let's look.
No, it says I have to use my action.
Okay. Okay. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that is correct. Okay. So is that it for you? Do you want to move or do anything else?
No, I'm good where I'm at.
Spray
Okay.
water on me. Ah, no, you can't. Never mind.
The fire elemental sees the duck is as good as gone, so isn't super concerned with that, and is going to rush up to James and occupy your space. So you are on fire. You take fire damage.
I have hellish resistance. I have a resistance to fire damage.
Well, you take 1 fire damage because I rolled a 2.
Nice.
But you still take the fire damage, and then it's going to attack you twice with a slam attack
Okay.
or touch attack. First attack is a 23.
Yep.
For 13 fire damage, which you cut in half, so 7. And the second attack is a 16.
16 hits.
And you take 4 fire damage. And that is the end of its turn. And,
And I'm on fire, right?
you're on fire, so you do take fire damage at the beginning of your turn.
Okay.
You take 1 fire damage,
Okay, cool.
and it's your turn.
I am going to step out from being engulfed, but stay in its threatened area, and I'm going to use my action to put Kenduckian out.
Okay. Ken is no longer on fire.
And so steam is rising off of him. His feathers are burned to its edge. He kind of looks like a plucked duck. And he's down on the ground, breathing really hard. Looks up to Ken and just kind of nods. With this look of exhaustion on his face.
Any bonus actions?
For my let's see. Yes, bonus action. I am going. Nope, because I don't have any maledict points, so I can't do that.
Okay.
Oh man. I should have thought about this way sooner. Okay. No, then no.
Okay. Mostep looks over at Chime, little wink, and says, "It sure feels good to be a hero, don't it?" Walks up just a little bit to the edge of this platform, more of a saunter even, and lets loose a this bolt of force that he has been such a big fan of using.
I hope he does. I kind of hope he does.
Gets a 19.
Oh my god!
Ooh, that just means I get to see him.
And the fire element is like knocked back a little bit, but still up. And now it's Chime's turn.
Ooh, I'm gonna steal this kill from him. I'm gonna use my other inspiration. Thank you, Tim, to hit this fire elemental.
Okay.
And I'm glad I did, because that's a 23.
And as the arrow pierces through the fire elemental, the flame just suddenly goes out, leaving nothing but a pile of ash on the floor. And Chime, you have, another inspiration, but I think at that point, unless y'all are just really hankering for one more fight tonight, we will call it a night here and pick up again in 2 weeks for our next session, which will be November 9th. And it'll be winding down the end of season 2. I think we'll probably finish out maybe November, maybe into early December. We'll have to talk about that and take a break through the new year and through
Givers and Gamers.
Through Givers and Gamers to give us time to prepare and make sure that's the best event it can possibly be. So thank you all for hanging out through all the tech issues tonight, through the roast duck and through all the other issues. Let's see which of our friends
might say he was peeking at death's door.
Okay, you got it. That's the last one. The last one, I tell you.
Come on, I've had some good ones tonight.
You've had some
good.
You've had some excellent ones.
Yeah.
Let's see who is. Let's see. I think we will head over to trying to see who's streaming right now that we enjoy. We tried to raid Brambeard last night, and that was a failure. We tried to raid Helvetica last night, and that was also a failure. But I think we're just head over to Brambeard again. Brambeard is safe. Everybody knows Brambeard. If you're not following Brambeard, you should be. They are a fantastic duo. Let's see if they'll still be streaming by the time we start this raid. And again, we'll be back Jillian and I next week, Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know what we're going to stream. Jillian will decide for us. And then we'll be doing KFD&D again in November. So we'll see you all then. Everybody have a wonderful night, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, have a wonderful time.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.